From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl.
Hello and welcome to the second round of Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. That means that we've got a couple teams today who won in their first matches. Christian Life pulled away with a very good lightning round, 9 out of their 10 in that one. Let's meet you again. Logan, let's meet your team.
I'm Logan. On my far right is Italy. On my near right is Kylie. And on my left is Gavin.
Welcome back. And Morrison had a commanding win in round 1 behind 10 correct from Blaine, I believe including 4 in a row at one point. But it is a team game here, so Violet, let's meet your team.
Hello, I'm Violet of the Morrison's Glassbowl team. To my far left is Blaine, to my near left is Quinn, and to my right is Evan.
Welcome back. So given that you got here, I think we know how to play by now. Let's go ahead and jump in with the buzz-in round, which is brought to you by Rockford University. Fingers on buzzers. Here we go. The Mississippi River's headwater is the small lake Itasca, which is in what northern, that's Logan?
Minnesota.
Is correct. What name is shared by the Massachusetts city where James Naismith invented basketball, and a state capital where Abraham Lincoln, that's Blaine?
Springfield.
Is correct. What author of the book Cabbages and Kings wrote about kidnappers who have to pay to give Johnny Dorset, that's Logan?
O. Henry.
Is right. O. Henry, that's the ransom of Red Chief there. In what musical does Ugandan villager Nabulungi dream of a beautiful place she thinks is called Salt Lake City? And even with the wacky pronunciation, it's Salt Lake City, so this is the Book of Mormon. What country, whose plain of jars contains clusters of ancient stone jars, is a landlocked Southeast Asian country governed from Vientiane? Blaine?
Laos.
Is correct. The Daisy ad criticized the hawkish views of what Arizona Republican who lost the Blaine?
Barry Goldwater.
Barry Goldwater. What woodwind, whose name comes from the Latin for remember, is played by covering up some of its 8 tone holes and is often made of, that's Evan?
Clarinet.
Sorry, no. And is often made of cheap plastic. Logan?
Recorder.
Recorder is right. What man was the highest paid federal employee until he stepped down as chief medical advisor to the president in December 2022? Kylie?
Dr. Fauci.
Is correct. What materials, some of which contain sodium hypochlorite, are often used to remove the natural color of fabric, whiten paper, or Violet?
Bleach.
Bleaches, yeah. The English word careful is used as a mnemonic for a pronunciation rule in what foreign language? Evan?
Latin.
Nope, sorry. Logan?
French.
French, yeah. Apparently those are the ones that you pronounce even if they're at the end of the word. What holiday, which Anna Jarvis successfully lobbied for and then opposed because of its commercialization, takes place on the second Sunday in May? Violet.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. What character is stabbed while hiding behind an arras or tapestry to eavesdrop on Hamlet? Logan?
His uncle.
No. That's time. This one's Polonius, his uncle's advisor. What island country, which was home to Nobel Prize-winning author Halldór Laxness and is home to the singer Björk, is governed from Reykjavik? Gavin?
Iceland.
Iceland. An equation developed by Konstantin Tsiolkovsky is named for describing the motion of what vehicles in terms of their exhaust velocity? Logan?
Airplanes.
No. Morrison with a chance. Evan?
Cars.
No, that's rockets. It's also just called the rocket equation. What ion, which is depleted in patients with hypokalemia, is exchanged for sodium ions by a namesake pump and is an alkali metal ion, abbreviated K+. Violet.
Potassium.
Good speed there, yes. Utrecht is a city in what country which contains many polders, areas of land reclaimed from the sea? Blaine?
The Netherlands.
Correct. What colony, founded in 1732 to resettle worthy poor people from England by James Oglethorpe, was the last and southernmost of the 13? Logan?
Georgia.
Is correct. And that is the end of the round. So we are really off to a start here. 70 would be a high score, except you've both got it. We'll see you back after this. And welcome back. Now, we had a blazingly strong round one, but now we've got the volleyball round. But before we go there, I would like to thank our judge today. That's Jennifer Swenson, Director of Quality at Collins Aerospace. Jennifer, thank you for all you do, making sure that we stay on track here. So our volleyball round, we know that the answers need to be coming from the captains and that you only have 5 seconds to get through stuff, so it moves fast, but we are going to start here with Morrison. Good luck. Here we go. Morrison, what author wrote about two sisters who send empty coaches to their father's funeral in Le Père Goriot, part of his novel sequence, The Human Comedy? That's time. That's Honoré de Balzac. Christian life. What man who returned to power after Raoul Salan's coup in Algiers destroyed the Fourth Republic and earlier led the Free French forces in World War II?
De Gaulle.
Yes. Morrison. The title of J.D. Salinger's story, Raise High the Roof Beam Carpenters, is from a poem by what ancient Greek woman who lived on the island of Lesbos?
Sappho.
Yes. Christian life. 8 sets of 4 hexadecimal digits are the V6 standard of what addresses whose V4 versions include 127.0.0.1, which identify devices on a network? That's time. That's an IP address. Morrison, what Roman politician whose rediscovered letters helped spark the Renaissance crushed the Catiline conspiracy and was considered a great orator?
Marcus Aurelius.
Nope, a different Marcus. It's Marcus Tullius Cicero. Christian life. What country, which contains most of the Grand Erg Occidental, contains the coastal city of Oran and is situated between Morocco and Tunisia?
Algeria.
Is right. Morrison, what 4-letter term indicates the nebulous envelope of gas and dust that surrounds the nucleus of a comet?
Tail.
Worth a try. It's the coma. Christian life. What film, whose protagonist tries out for the Firehawks hockey team, is a sequel about a now teenaged Riley and her new emotions like anxiety?
Inside Out 2.
Yes. Morrison, Teoscar Hernandez won the 2024 iteration of what showcase for power hitters, which is held the night before Major League Baseball's All-Star Game? That's time. That's the Home Run Derby, it's called. Christian life. In 1973, what trade organization's embargo against Israel's allies caused a 4-fold rise in the price of oil and kicked off the 1970s energy crisis?
OPEC.
Yes. Morrison. What building, which is the source of 3 fragments returned by the Vatican in 2023 and many of the Elgin marbles, is a temple on Athens' Acropolis?
The Parthenon.
Is right. Christian life. A rural Florida boy named Jody Baxter adopts an orphaned fawn as a pet in what 1938 children's novel by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings?
The Yearling.
Yes. Morrison. What character who recalls his ex-fiancée Belle and a party given by Mr. Fezziwig is the miserly protagonist of Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol?
Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge will do it. And that's the end of the round. Well, it was close before and it's still close now. Christian life holding on to a 20-point lead. Now it's time for the Bergstrom bonus question. See you in a moment.
In 1921, William Howard Taft became the first and only former U.S. president to be appointed to which position?
And welcome back. Now it's time for the Bergstrom bonus question. This is one question on the buzzer, and it's sponsored by Salamone's Italian Restaurant. You get this, I award you no points, but a pizza and pasta party. Good luck. Here we go. In 1921, William Howard Taft became the first and only former U.S. president to be appointed to which position? Blaine?
Supreme Court.
I'll prompt.
Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Well done. He got appointed straight to chief, so that'll do it. You have just won a pizza and pasta party courtesy of Salamone's Italian Restaurant, and we'll be back to play for some points after this. And welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, where it is time for the lightning round, which is powered by IBEW NECA. Now we've got a very close but also very high scoring game here so far, so I have a feeling that the points are just going to keep flying back and forth. It's time for the lightning round. Christian Life, you're going to have your pick here between, for your lightning rounds, presidential names, scientific sixes, or state universities.
Presidential names.
Presidential names, okay. What surname of a U.S. president can also refer to these things? Okay? You've got 10 questions, you've got 60 seconds. Morrison, you'll have a chance to steal. Here we go. A shrub.
Bush.
Yes. To give someone something, such as a wish.
Grant.
Yes. Capital of Mississippi.
Jackson.
Yes. To break the surface of something with a sharp object.
Pass.
State whose capital is Olympia.
Washington.
Yes. Shallow point at which a river is crossed.
Ford.
Yes. Genericized trademark term for a vacuum cleaner.
Pass.
Driver of a wain or wagon.
Pass.
A playing card treated as having a higher rank than normal.
Pass.
Cycling race in which members of a duo take turns.
Pass.
To break the surface of something with a sharp object.
Pierce.
Yes. Genericized trademark term for a vacuum cleaner.
Hoover.
Yes. Driver of a wain or wagon.
Pass.
A playing card treated as having a higher rank than normal. That's time. So well done on those passes there, because you picked 2 of them up on the second time around for 7 total. Which means we've got 3 and 30 seconds coming your way. Morrison, again, what surname of a U.S. president can also refer to these things? The driver of a wain or wagon.
Pass.
A playing card treated as having a higher rank than normal.
Trump.
Yes. Cycling race in which members of a duo take turns.
Relay.
Say again?
Relay.
No, sorry. Driver of a wain or wagon.
Pass.
And that is time, but also incorrect on Adams. You did pick up Trump, so you get 10 there. That leaves 2 left. I said that he was driving a wain or a wagon rather than a cart, because it's a carter. And then there's actually a lot of different versions of track cycling. The one where the duo takes turns is just called the Madison. So real hard question there, but Olympic track cycling has a bunch of different disciplines. And now it's time for Morrison to get a lightning round. So Morrison, you're gonna have your pick of scientific sixes or state universities.
State universities.
State universities, okay. I'm gonna ask you to name the state whose flagship university is in these cities. You got 10 questions, you got 60 seconds. Here we go. Baton Rouge.
Louisiana.
Yes. Berkeley.
Pass.
Chapel Hill.
Tennessee.
No. Gainesville.
Florida.
Yes. Ann Arbor.
Michigan.
Yes. Knoxville.
Tennessee.
Yes. Laramie.
Wyoming.
Yes. Lexington.
Kentucky.
Yes. Stores.
Pass.
Vermilion.
South Dakota.
Yes. Berkeley.
California.
Yes. And stores.
Vermont.
No, sorry. So that means you've taken a shot at everything. You got 8 of those correct. Well done on that round. So we turn the other 2 over to Christian Life. Christian Life, just like they did, I'm asking you to name the state whose flagship university is in these cities. Chapel Hill.
North Carolina.
Yes. And stores.
North Dakota.
Sorry, no. But way to use the time there. You had the time and you thought it through. So you do get the 1 steal there. Stores is where UConn is, the University of Connecticut. So there we go. It was close. It still is close. We have a 10-point game headed into our final challenge, and we'll see you for that right after this. And welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, where we have an absolute barn burner for you here. Christian Life holding on to a slender 10-point lead against Morrison. And now it's time for the final challenge, which is brought to you by Mercy Health. So this final challenge is on the buzzer, and this feels even more intense with just the 10-point lead, but every single question is going to be 20 points. Good luck, both teams. It's been an excellent game. Question 1. The name of what silvery gray radioactive metal with atomic number 43 reflects that it was the first element to be produced artificially? Blaine.
Technetium.
Yes. What novel, which won a Pulitzer Prize in 1947, tells the story of populist Governor Willie Stark, who was inspired by Huey Long? Gavin?
Every Man a King?
No, sorry. Evan?
Every Woman a Queen.
No, Gavin did Huey Long's slogan there. This one's called All the King's Men. Next question. What poem, which describes a husky and brawling place that is hog butcher for the world, is by Carl Sandburg, and is it about? And Violet?
Chicago.
It's about an Illinois city. That's right. The choral anthem, Worthy is the Lamb, concludes what 1741 oratorio that also includes the Hallelujah chorus? Violet?
The Messiah.
Yes. What city, whose Forest Park hosted the 1904 World's Fair, is home to a monument to westward expansion shaped like a catenary curve? Logan.
St. Louis.
That's the Gateway Arch, and you're right. What TV show that popularized the phrase "no soup for you" was a 1990s sitcom that centered on Elaine, George, that's Logan.
Seinfeld.
Is right. Good speed. A 7-note E minor guitar riff opens the song Seven Nation Army by what? That's Violet.
The White Stripes.
Is right. In what state where George Helmy was appointed to fill a Senate? That's
New
Blaine.
Jersey.
That's New Jersey. Well done. In 2023, a fossil was discovered that included the intact last meal of one of what extinct class of arthropods whose bodies had 3 segments? Logan?
Insects.
Nope, sorry. Morrison with a chance if you. Violet?
Glycopods.
No, the 3 segments are why they're called trilobites. What man, whose 1903 voyage navigated the ship Yoa through the Northwest Passage, was a Norwegian who led the first expedition to the South Pole? Blaine?
Amundsen.
Yes. What devices that minimize friction between moving parts of a machine have roller and ball type? Logan?
Bearings.
Yes. What quantity, which equals Q minus delta U according to the first law of thermodynamics, can be calculated as force times parallel displacement? Logan?
Work.
Yes. What surname is shared by Hubert and Jan, 2 Flemish painters who created an altarpiece designed for St. Bavo's Cathedral in Ghent, Belgium? That's Evan.
Smith.
Nope, sorry. Christian Life with a chance to steal. That's time. That is Van Eyck. What goddess who rides a chariot drawn by a pair of cats receives slain warriors in Violet?
Freya.
In time and right. And that is the end of an excellent, excellent game. Morrison takes it. All 8 of you, and 9 actually with subs, should be very proud of yourself. 280 is an incredibly impressive score, and to see it lose shows what kind of game we were dealing with here. Morrison, we'll see you in the quarterfinals. Christian Life, very well fought, and we'll see you next year. We'll see the rest of you next week.